She goes, this is really fun. She goes, I've never experienced Disneyland like this. And I really appreciate just being able to reconnect with myself and just be here and just be present and have fun and smile and laugh and enjoy a corn dog or, an ice cream. And I think a lot of people are looking for that, and that's what they want. They just want a little bit of escapism. Just a quick disclaimer, I am a licensed MFT, but I am not your therapist. This video is for educational purposes only. I will also not be diagnosing anyone. Please refer to the full disclaimer on your screen for information regarding emergencies and ethical boundaries. One of the major things that people get from going to the resorts brings back nostalgia for people, and it helps them connect to whether they went to the parks when they were young with their families and they had a good time. Maybe there's a lot of core memories, like deep core memories, that it reminds them of going and having just a special time with their family or friends, or maybe when they were teenagers or kids. But it's all coming back to me now. And one thing I have to say about Disney is they do things really well, and so it helps shape that type of core experience that I think a lot of kids do get from going to the parks. Whether it's Disneyland or Disney World, has been associated with celebration. When I graduated from high school, we had grad night, and at grad night we got to, the parks shut down I guess early, and we got to go and spend like all evening there, just the school, and it was so much fun. So it's like that type of nostalgia of going back and remembering things, even like in regards to celebrations. I remember when I was a kid and we'd watch the Super Bowl or something, and if somebody won, they would be like, where are you going to go? And they're like, I'm going to Disneyland. I think now they say like, I'm going to Disney World, but it's like, that's a part of celebration. And also that's like, I think it's like a merging of fandoms. It's like sports and Disney.
Florida is where Disney World is. Florida.
But it's a place to celebrate. It's a place to be happy, but it brings back some of those, like I said before, some of those core memories of having fun, of celebrating, of connecting. And I think for a lot of people, they want to revisit that, and they want to go back and they want to reconnect with some of those past memories, and maybe even reconnect with like their younger self. And I think that's really important. It could even remind them of easier times when they were kids or teenagers. And, kids and teenagers there's certain stressors that they have that we don't have as adults. But as we get older, we have a lot more responsibilities as adults. And for some people, like, they just want to remember how it used to be. It's also important to note that what's happening in our bodies and our brains when we are connecting to nostalgia, whether that's going to Disneyland or listening to a song that kind of brings back some of those feel-good memories, we're releasing dopamine. Our brains are releasing dopamine into our body, and it gives us like a natural high. And so I think that's another thing that I think people want, is it makes them feel good. One thing to note is with nostalgia, it's important to connect with maybe old memories or happy memories, but it's also important to not get stuck there and not over romanticize maybe how things used to be like in the good old days. It's nice to revisit. It's also very important to create new memories and new happy experiences today.
We'll spend some real quality time together.
A second thing that I think people get from going to the parks and being Disney adults is escapism. It's really common for people to want to disconnect from their lives and to escape the rigmarole of our everyday lives, going to work or having to, drive to the office. As we get older, we have more and more responsibilities, whether we start a family or we have a job and we buy a house, and so we have mortgages and bills. It's like things get heavier and we definitely have more responsibilities, and that can get overwhelming and extremely stressful for adults. So going to the parks is a way to escape that and to just take a break.
I need a moment.
There's so many variations of shirts that I've seen that have some type of messaging about being a Disney adult. I think that was the most recent one I've seen, is it said like, I'm done adulting, let's go to Disneyland. I remember seeing another shirt that said like, this is my happy place. I saw another one, something like, don't bug me, I'm at Disneyland. It was just like these shirts that just are like blatantly sending a message like, here's why I'm here. So I just want to have a good time. I think that's really funny and it's fun, and it's important to have places that bring us joy and places we can go, even if it's just for a day. I always like the shirts where it's like, it says like, I'm here to pay for the day, or, it's like the grandpa's there with like a grumpy shirt, it's really funny. And I think it's a place where people can escape and express themselves and just have fun. And it's about going somewhere where you don't really have to worry about anything. There's a predictable joy that comes from going to the parks. It's like a contained, fun, safe space to go. I think a lot of people are craving that and they want that. They want to be able to go and kind of know that they don't have to worry about anything, that they can just go, they're going to get on rides, they want to have fun, and they don't have to think about what they have to do tomorrow. I remember I took one of my cousins to Disneyland, and she's a mom, and she had told me at the end of the trip that she goes, she's like, this was really nice, because it was just her and I, and she's like, this was really nice. She's like, I didn't have to worry about being a mom or taking care of my kids or worrying about what are they going to eat or what are they going to do.
Mom, mommy, mama.
She goes, this is really fun. She goes, I've never experienced Disneyland like this. And I really appreciate just being able to reconnect with myself and just be here and just be present and have fun and smile and laugh and enjoy a corn dog or, an ice cream. And I think a lot of people are looking for that, and that's what they want. They just want a little bit of escapism. When the people are going to take a break from being an adult, they're going for various reasons. And some of them, I know they sit on a bench and they people watch. I know a lot of people that go, they do take the time to reflect, but they're doing it in a safe, contained space. And I think that's important to know, is that there are so many things that people get from going to Disney, and it's a very individual experience. With the motivation of escapism, it's important to understand when you are just taking a break from being an adult versus avoiding all adult responsibility. Because the latter could definitely have negative consequences on your life. If you are just avoiding and spending all your money on everything Disney, but not paying your bills, or maybe, you're skipping work all the time, maybe you're losing your job. Like if it starts negatively impacting your life, I think it's important to reflect on, why do you want to escape today? Why do you want to go to the parks?
Done.
Is it, you're stressed out and you just need a break? Are you avoiding something? And if you really are, it's going to be important. And you can do this at Disneyland, is you can sit on a bench, you can take a break, maybe take a journal. I've seen people there with, with their journals or their, writing in their phones, and really reflect on what am I doing here? Why have I come 5 days in a row? What's happening? Is it just I love being here, or is there something that I'm avoiding? And is that a tough conversation with a friend? Is that, that I haven't been able to find a job? Is it, I have an ailing parent at home, or I'm dealing with physical, or emotional difficulties? That's going to be important to reflect. And if you're having a hard time identifying what that motivation is, then talk to a friend, journal, and if you need to, talk to a therapist that can help you really dig deeper into what's happening, and maybe even creating a plan so that you can return to having that balance and having a healthy relationship with the fandom versus maybe going into debt or, losing your job or ignoring your relationships. So I think that's always important to keep in mind and maintaining balance. I want to hear your opinions on a scale of 1 to 10. Are you a Disney adult? Are you a fan or an appreciator of the Disney parks? Make sure you like and subscribe and check out my next video.